Hello, it's Sammy here again with another one of your Recovery Devon dailies. Hope you're all well and having a nice start to your weekend. Today I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about kind of creative writing. It's something that I mentioned on one of our Pause for Thoughts this week. So my colleague Emma and I were the Pause for Thoughts guests on BBC Radio Devon. We did a Pause for Thought every day, and one of them was about creative writing. So as many of you probably know, we have two books that we've published. One is Beyond the Storms, and the other one is Riding the Storms. So we've got two of these. If you wanted a copy of them, then if you just go to our website, you can order one. They're both free. Just postage and packaging that needs to be paid for, but other than that, they're free to be sent out to you. I'm just going to read you a poem from one of them. So this poem's from Beyond the Storms, and it's Andy's poem. So I dropped my pen and was handed a crayon. In a daze I scrawled and scribbled, for days I crawled and dribbled. Locked up and locked in myself, playing a hiding and seeking game. Of looking into different mirrors, the reflection is always the same. But someone's got the dimensions wrong. The corridors are too short, the days are too long. Reminding myself, I think, therefore I am, but still I am flesh. But I'd rather be ash, to sift through my fingers and drift. Today I handed back my crayon and picked up my pen again. I'll try and write my way out of this. Recovery, like this poem, is a work in progress. So that one's from our Beyond the Storms book, which was the one that we first published, and then we did Riding the Storms. And the reason why I'm mentioning these and just reading a poem out from one of them is because we are starting to collect stories for our next book. So we don't have a title for our next book yet, but it's going to be a collection of stories from the perspective of people that care for people going through a mental health journey. So relatives, parents, loved ones, partners, people that work within the mental health field. So there's all kind of different perspectives in there. We just think it's a really important side to share. It's a really important role to have for somebody, and it's quite nice that it can be acknowledged in some form. And also for somebody that's new to caring for somebody that has a mental health, that's on a mental health journey, it might feel quite overwhelming. So we think that it might just be quite a nice thing to have a book that's full of everybody's different stories, from the beginning, middle, people that are kind of, further through recovery, and just so that they can read it and maybe find a bit of hope in some of those stories, and the knowledge that they're not alone, and that there's other people out there that are also supporting somebody that has some mental health stuff going on in their lives, and what might be helpful for them, what they found helpful, and just to reach out and say that you're not alone, because again, it's a tough kind of role to have for somebody, but it can be really worthwhile. So yeah, if there's anybody out there that's watching this video that is involved in somebody's life in that way, is a relative or a family member or a parent or a loved one, partner, or works in the field, and you want to share your story, then please reach out to us. Our email is community@recoverydevon.co.uk. It doesn't have to be in the form of a poem. It can be your story, so you can write it down using creative writing. You can use poems. You can maybe send us in some pictures. We're pretty flexible with how the stories go into the book. So yeah, get in touch and have a chat, and we'll see what we can do. But it would be nice to hear from a range of different people. So if you're sat at home thinking, oh, nobody wants to hear my story, or I'm not, I don't know enough about it, I've just started, in this kind of process with somebody, then that's not the case. We still want to hear from you. We'd like a whole range of different stories and points in the process, and So I rambled on for a little bit now, but yeah, so get in touch with us if you have something that you'd like to share, and I look forward to hearing from a few of you. Hope you all have a nice weekend, and I'm sure I will see you all soon. Bye.